Hey there everyone. So as you all do know, this is going to be the final episode of recreating Coconut Mall. And I couldn't give a huge better thanks to all of you guys who have supported my channel throughout this 2-month journey. And I am incredibly grateful for all of that help. But a lot of questions I have been actually getting is what is exactly going to happen after this track is done? And I did go ahead and think hard about it, and I decided that we're going to go ahead and be creating another entire Mario Kart track. But the thing is, I don't know exactly what track is going to be. So I need some help, and I'm asking you guys for your help on this. Currently right now in the polls, there are 2 polls that are coming out every single day with 64 Mario Kart tracks that I picked out to possibly recreate. And this is going to go on for about 2 weeks or so. So I am asking for your guys' help to go ahead and pick which track you guys will want to see out of the 64 possibilities for the next recreation. My personal favorite would be Ninja Hideaway. But now with all that said, let's go ahead and get into today's final episode. Hello everyone, and once again welcome back to the final last episode of recreating Coconut Mall into Theme Park Tycoon. There's no point in talking about what we did for the last episode, as you could already see everything in front of me, but it's more important to remember this kind of journey we just went on. We started all the way at the first episode by creating the parking lot, and now look at where we are, almost finished. And I would like to once again thank all of you guys for the amount of support you've showed throughout this entire journey. So to any of you guys who are new to this channel, please leave a like and subscribe. It shows a massive amount of support and shows you guys want to keep on seeing even more of this kind of content. And who knows, we may go ahead and recreate another Mario Kart track in the future. But with all said and done, I hope you enjoy this final episode. So if it isn't obvious exactly what we're going to be doing, we're going to be finally creating the last little turn and as well this area to go ahead and finish off this wonderful track. And the first thing I'm going to go ahead and do is I'm going to go ahead and fix this ramp that's going to be here. This is going to be the one that'll go up and kind of like the glider section in Mario Kart 8, but normally it's just another jump part. It's at the top section. You guys won't see it because this is just going to take a really long time to do. So I'll see you guys whenever that is done. Alright, so now finally this actually took, I don't know, this took about as long as I thought it would normally take. But now since this here is going to be finally done, we should start working on the, I guess you could say the restaurant that's going to be along here. But before we'll do that, I want to go ahead and fix up the wall that's going to be on this side because we may have done a little bit of a miscalculation, so we're going to improvise a little bit here. Alright, but with that now taken care of, it's a little bit different obviously, but who really cares? Now here, we're just going to go ahead and make some support pillars that are going to be along here, although since this really is not a lot of space, we can't fully do much. So now we're going to go ahead and kind of just bring this a bit down. This probably will have to go down a lot further, but we'll do this for now. Now that pretty much literally is all it does look like. There's nothing much more to do because, well, that's it. Obviously, just a lot of this is just really freaking boring. Now we'll start adding in some lights here. Now these ones here, these are going to be the pillars for the little restaurant thing or drink area or whatever this place here is. This is just a really confusing part because I really do not entirely know what I am doing. This is just taking a really long time, so when pretty much all of this roof stuff is here finished, I'll go ahead and get back to you guys when we can start adding in all of the cool little juices and stuff. So I'll see you then. Alright, so now that this is completely finished now, we added this wall here, we added the stuff here. All that's now to do is really do this little food court here, continue along here, and continue along here, and then just add these bits over across here, and then we are done. So we're gonna actually start putting up the menus here. I have all the pictures ready, so let's start doing that first. There we go, that's exactly what we're looking for. This looks really nice. We'll just add one in the middle as well. See, there we go, just like this. 3 nice ones. They're the same, but I don't really care. Obviously, we have to go and get this cash register in here because it just fits perfectly. We're just gonna go ahead and place a couple cups and stuff and make it seem like it's a drink or whatnot. And there we go. Yes, this is not exactly identical, but to be fair, I really don't want to have to go ahead and do literally every single thing. That would just simply take way too long, and I would easily lose interest in continuing. So we're going to go ahead and start working on the bottom area here first, as when we do that, we'll be able to kind of more so lay out how the top part will go. The top part will be a lot harder because, once again, it's like a giant ramp. For the floor tiles that are going to be here, it's actually a similar pattern to what you guys may have seen before. These guys right here. So we're going to go ahead and use this as the main floor pattern that's going to be here. And before that, we'll just do a quick little bit of a measurement to see how far they need to go out. And now we're just going to keep on copying and pasting this all the way till we get to this thing. And then we'll do the same thing and copy these over to here. And now I think it's comfortable to go ahead and say that we will finally go ahead and copy this entire thing and bring it all the way over to here. And since that is going to take a long freaking time, I'm going to cut to when it's done. Alright, here it is, the final little bit. This isn't the final whole thing, but this is the final kind of bit that's on the outside. This here, though, is going to go ahead and be a little bit reworked to really go ahead and think that we are a mere straight line away from finishing this track. Is unbelievable. So probably the first thing we'll go ahead and do before we go ahead and start finishing up this ending area, we're going to go ahead and fix up the first floor here, start getting the walls that are in here, and pretty much go ahead and go with that. Now here, basically the next part is we're going to go ahead and try to see if we can figure out where the, I guess you could say, the walls for the circle here is going to go ahead and be. We'll do the exact same for this and just keep on making these a little bit smaller every single time. So we're going to go ahead and do a little bit of quick math here to see how far it'll take to get from here all the way up to here. So it looks like we're going back to school. And there we go. Would you look at that? We made it go all the way up here perfectly, and look at the number we had to go ahead and use. This is the number right here we had to use. But in the end, guess what this teaches us, ladies and gentlemen? This teaches us that math is actually useful. So make sure you stay in school, kids. And so now with this here copied, we're just going to go ahead and copy it all the way. Keep on going like this. Now we're going to go ahead and continue with the bottom, and here it's a little bit of an interesting part. There we go, just like that is what we're going to go ahead and be doing. Pretty much all we're just going to go ahead and keep on doing here is, I guess you could say, pretty much making these areas on it. And then all we're going to do is just group these all together and copy and paste them 3 times on top of each other. Just perfectly, so right as soon as you exit, boom, back onto the main track. And now thankfully we can finally go ahead and pretty much finish up with the wall bits here. Alright, and now since we have pretty much all of the bottom here majority finished, besides adding in like a couple posters and stuff like that here, we're going to go ahead and start working on the sides that needs to be edited over around here. Alright, now pretty much all we here are just doing are pretty much going to go ahead and start really just fixing up this entire place that's going to be right here. Now here, we're going to go ahead and try to make like the small little ramp that goes across here. And now that we have the ramp done, we'll go ahead and start adding in the final bits to go ahead and pretty much just finish up everything here. We're probably just going to go ahead and do something like this for it. Finally, after some small little stuff here, we finally went ahead and finished this side up. It took kind of quite a minute and it was exhausting, but after a while, it finally went ahead and worked out. It looks all right. It's not super good, but honestly, I think this is pretty good. Now for this one here, we're actually just going to go ahead and straight up do this. And really, yeah, that's all we went ahead and did. It just makes it look like, you know, nice and simple here. Now the reason why this sticks out is because, well, it does. And yeah, we're just going to keep on doing it like this. So now we'll go and put this one over here for this side of the wall. Now, yes, obviously this end here, it is not going to actually be perfect. Look at what we've already made. Like, oh my goodness. Alright, this is what we are really wanting to see. This is looking a lot better now. Alright, now that this is all set up, what is the thing we are going to go ahead and add in here? We are bringing in the glass dome once again. There we go. The dome, it's a little questionable, but for right now, it looks pretty darn good. Normally, there is a dome on here, but there's like a roof or something on top of that dome, so you can't really see it, so that's just weird that you did that. Look at that. This looks so freaking cool. And we're just gonna keep on stretching out these things to go ahead and give it that like glider thing or whatever it was for the top here. And now finally just getting in this little blue color. And looking out here, this is pretty much just about done. We just have to fix up the corners. Right side done, and now just the left side. This finally is completely finished. We're gonna do the last couple things in here, but looking at this is just incredible. For right in the middle here, we'll go ahead and add our palm tree, add in some benches here. We'll also go ahead and add in a couple pictures here. Then we'll just add the images here. Okay, well maybe not the last thing, but pretty much the last thing that'll be added inside. We'll just add the windows inside here. Go and get rid of these walls here. The final wall. And let's take a look at the final representation. Isn't this just insane? And now, since this is finally the last episode, I would like to give a huge thanks to every single one of you who supported my channel throughout this entire journey. We will be making more tracks likely. If you go to the polls in my community posts, there are a whole bunch of tracks that have been put up for polls. You must vote for which track you'll want to see created next. And I will see you guys next in the preview of this entire track when we have created a roller coaster live on stream. Goodbye.